Anyway, let's get on to Book City now. And for those of you who are either new to the podcast or haven't heard Book City before, this is how it works. Dem gives me a feud. I have no idea what he's going to give me. I have no idea. It could be anything, WWE, NXT. It could be anything. And I have to book it from what he tells me to do, and then I give him one, and it's the same in reverse. So, Dem, what feud am I booking this week?
You're not going to like this one, but you just told me that Impossible was your middle name, which is strange. But anyway, John Morrison's return to WWE, if it happens, how's it going to happen?
That's
Book
easy.
City.
That's easy. Come on.
Well, I have one in my...
I've caught you off guard here because you didn't think I'd be able to think of that. The second you said John Morrison, I figured it out.
I was going to change it to someone that you didn't know, but I give you...
Well, I think the best thing here, and we've been speaking about it all podcast, he has to face The Miz.
Yes, I know.
You stuffed it here. You stuffed it.
I was going to mention it before, but...
Yep. Okay, so I think the best thing there is obviously The Miz beats Ziggler again. Maybe beats him again at Survivor Series clean. Bryan can't strip him of the title. Maybe make that a stipulation of the match. If Miz beats Ziggler, then Bryan can't strip him of the title. With Maurice being banned from ringside, etc., etc. You know, Miz gets disqualified, he loses the title, blah, blah, blah. So Miz wins. He comes on, he starts showing off, and out comes Bryan, who tells him, "Great, Miz, well done, I can't strip you of the title. But I found a challenger for you, someone you've known for quite a while, someone you knew before you were a Hollywood megastar." And out comes Mr. Mundo.
I've just swerved you, because that wasn't really the Book City that you need to do.
Nah, you can't change now.
Alright. Yes, no, that's well done, because that's exactly what I thought. Like, absolutely exactly what I thought. So, you get an A+, because they were my thoughts.
Since you attempted to stitch me up and failed miserably, I'm going to stitch you up now with probably the hardest one I've given so far.
Jeez.
How is the New Day going to break up? Book the New Day ending, how it happens, who turns, or if they turn.
They will never break up. Completed.
Not an acceptable answer.
Okay, I still think they have to have a run as heels. I think they have to turn back into heels eventually. Gallows and Anderson will win the titles. They feud a bit more to the point where New Day are no longer contenders for the titles. But they're entertaining enough to be one of the main tag teams, one of the main factions, without the titles. So that isn't an issue. Gallows and Anderson potentially against Enzo and Cass again, or whoever it may be. I think the New Day could then turn heel, and here's one. New Day beat up Enzo and Cass or something after they lose the titles and lose a feud with Gallows and Anderson, because we all know how entertaining they were as heels. And then that drags on. They get another 6 months. I know 2.5 years, 3 years is a long time for a faction, but because just how good they are, I don't think it matters too much. It will end up breaking up. Big E, I think, will beat up Kofi and Xavier. I think that will be the way. I don't know how, like in what feud, what match, but Big E breaking away and becoming the single star that he has the potential to be, that is the right way to do it, I think. That way Kofi and Xavier can go do their own thing. Kofi's great in the ring, we all know that. We all know everyone loves working with him. And Xavier, he can finally show how good he is in the ring. We see glimpses of it in tag team matches and all that, but he can show how good he is. I think Big E could be a world champion within 2 years.
That's a big call.
It is, but I think him as a heel, he can be, because he's good on the mic, he's entertaining, but he can do that as a heel as well. And that's the key. Heels need to be able to send a message across, and we don't see many, real bad heels at the moment in WWE, and there isn't a problem with that, I don't think, apart from Rusev.
Yeah.
So I reckon Big E would turn on Xavier and Kofi, and that way those two can be faces, because I reckon they're more natural faces, and Big E becomes champion sooner rather than later.
Okay, I'll give you a B+ for that. I only think that if I'm going to steal your thunder here, which I will, I think what they should do is replicate the Shields breakup here in one way or another. Have Big E go into the main event scene and
with
then
a unicorn pillow and hit Xavier and Kofi in the back.
If that needs to be done, I think you turn Xavier heel on Kofi. Big E sort of separates and goes into the main event scene, and then you have that Kofi Xavier feud, which can end with Kofi and Xavier ending up on different brands. Then you can sort of do Big E and Xavier. Know what I mean? I think that's where you need to go with it. I think you need to have them. There needs to be a New Day infighting feud in order to either put Big E over or put Woods over.
I think they need to put Big E over. I don't think a Big E Xavier feud would work particularly. I think
Oh, it would
maybe
because Xavier can use his brains.
potentially Xavier versus Kofi. I think that would be good if they put Xavier over.
Yeah.
Kofi doesn't need to be put over.
Yeah. And I think Kofi said many times that he might finish up when
After
the New
the
Day is
New Day.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, so but Xavier could be a good US champion or
Oh, yeah.
something. So, and he's good in the ring and he's brilliant on the mic. He's smart. So I think, but definitely I reckon Big E is the guy that will break away from them,
Yeah.
potentially heel turn champion.
Yep, I think everyone would see Big E as the guy who would go to the top of the card. Yeah, I think Xavier Woods is my favorite male wrestler, so I'm sure we'll see. Once he gets a chance to go in the singles round, I'm sure he can pull it off as well.
We saw it as Consequences Creed when he was 21 in TNA, so if he could do it back then, 8 years ago, I'm sure he can do it now.
And he has 700,000 subscribers on YouTube. We have 4, so we're getting there.
Keep it tight.
We'll catch up. Anyway, that's Book City for this week. Let us know what you thought about our performances this week and give us how you would grade us for this week and any other recommendations, because we do struggle to come up with stuff on the spot.